The big one for Rush, the big selling point for me with Rush is the animated graphics and transitions. So I can either get to it by the top drawer or by clicking plus and graphics. And there's loads of titles. So for example, with the title, I will grab one of these now. I'll take this main title here and I'll bring it onto here. So I'll just drag that down onto a new layer. I usually kind of put my B-roll on one layer and then my graphics on another, but that's just me being kind of a little bit fussy. Then obviously this title is way too big. It's covering my face. That's not what I wanted to do. But if I click on it, go to the bottom drawer of the tool cabinet, bring down the scale, move it down and move it over. Now that's a nicer title that I'm happier with. I can also change everything. I can change the font, I can change the colors to make it look like my brand. So if you see a title and you're like, oh, it's not going to suit me, make sure to think about it is when I change everything, maybe it will look a little bit better. So Judy Russell, subtitle, The Vid Academy. Then when I double click on it, it's also going to give me Judy Russell. I'm going to change that to Railway. Railway bold, that's more like it. I'll keep the font as white. Then I'll go to the Vid Academy, Railway medium, the Vid Academy. Yep, keep the font as white, that's grand. Subtitle backing box, so I can actually turn that off to see what it is. Okay, so it's that kind of black box. I actually will turn that off. Shape right zigzag. Yeah, I'm not really into that zigzag thing up there. It's just a bit fussy. I'll turn that off. Shape zig, turn that off. And now it's more kind of my kind of style. And then I will go and change the color. So when I open up the color here, I can just use the eyedrop tool. So now it's got my green in the background, and then I might also change the other triangle color, and I'm just going to guess with this one, it's like that kind of gray. Grand. Now that's more my kind of style, and then it animates in. And good video. And if your goal is to create better video content, animates out so that you can attract new, and this is still the part that I have to cover. So that's my name bar and title. And now I've spent a bit of time getting that right, changing the font, changing the text, doing all that kind of stuff to it. So I don't want to have to do that again. Like, that's time consuming and I don't want to do that. So every time I have someone new come into my video, I just want to be able to update their name and their title. So what I'll do is I'll go over to this little option here, more option, and save as, and say name bar version 1 and click OK. And now when I go into graphics, I can go into my saved graphics, and there is name bar version 1 that I can just drag and drop anytime and then customize to suit the name of the person who's speaking. So I could just easily update that to Ross or Noreen if they were doing a piece to camera within my video. But then here are all the ones that I've kind of saved over time, and they're really handy to just be able to go back to.
If I have my own label, you know, say the brand of the horse or whatever, can I bring that in? Can I save it in and just download it and put it on top then?
Oh yeah, but this is now for something like name bar. I'd still be adding my logo to the entire video, plus your media, grabbing that file. I think it's in my desktop. I should have duplicated it into the same folder, if I'm honest now, because it's time consuming finding stuff. Drag that onto a new layer. So then back into the scale options, reduce the width and the height, push it up and push it over. And now that will be on your clip for the entire thing. And I probably bring it right to the end until my logo comes up full screen, because I don't want it to be there and there. I think that's like just a little bit too much. So I bring it to around there and then add one of those dissolve out. So then it just plays out when our course is ready for enrollment.
I'm very impressed with all the stuff Rush can do.
It's cool, isn't it? Yeah, I love it. I really love it. I just found it just made life nicer for this kind of stuff.